Welcome to the Tea Pod, where we normally take off our ties and offer some tea to our guests. Let them relax a little bit and give us more information about themselves, what they do in Angola, Africa, and beyond. As we've been saying, we are currently at the African Union Summit, the third summit. It's on what? Financing infrastructure development in Africa. Now, we are here with our partners, Copy a Group of Companies, and I'm here with my co-host,
Elliot.
and with our special co-host,
Adilson.
We've had various people come and speak to us on various things. But right now, we have the Secretary of State for Finance with us. And it's a pleasure to have him here because he's going to give us some information that will be useful to know what is really happening in terms of finance. Because right now we're talking about financing infrastructure. So why not speak to the person or to the people that are in charge of financing for Angola?
Yeah.
So, sir, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm Ottoniel dos Santos, Secretary of State for Finance and Treasury of the Ministry of Finance in Angola. And actually what we do, or especially what I do in my business, is just looking for the treasury, especially in all the necessity of resource to finance the budget.
Okay.
We have two main sources of funding. One is on resource, which is the taxes that we collect. The other one is having a lot of issuing of different instruments to finance the budget and the project that we have, and in our program of investment, public investment program. And we work each year and every year to be able to finance those initiatives that we have in the budget and all the portfolio of projects that we have to implement. And we are using this moment that we are co-realizing with the African Union this event, especially focusing in infrastructure for Africa, in order to, I would say, bring the attention to the investors and also the other stakeholders, the needs of the infrastructure that Africa, as a big continent, still have, but also the opportunities that these needs could bring to those who looks to Africa as a good destination to make investments.
Okay.
So especially is what we are doing. Actually, we are having a lot of success, seeing that many important infrastructures builders and companies are here. Also, multilateral entities are here as well. Banks also, domestic and foreign banks, and also I would say the World Bank and other entities are here, discussing how to, I would say, bring all the needs to another level, solving the I would say the main issues that Africa continent still presenting, and also the new opportunities that we are facing. For instance, here in Angola, we used to talk a lot of this new project that is known as the Lobito Corridor, that bring together three countries, and is not now pursued or sold by ourselves as being a corridor only, but is a development corridor.
Okay.
Because it's able to enable other sectors to flourish, not only in the transport sector. So those things are really pushing us and motivating us to be here, and also being positive to this event as well.
Okay. No, thank you very much.
Wow.
Mr.
Secretary.
We can close now. Go home. Huh? Finish.
So, I don't know if I should address you as Mr. Secretary or Ottoniel. We prefer to be a little bit informal.
Yeah.
So, Ottoniel, the topics for this summit, infrastructure development, financing infrastructure development of Africa, it has three main keywords, which is connect, corridor, and capital.
Yes.
And you are a very knowledgeable person about capital. You understand the various different streams of capital. What's your point of view on how can projects be developed in terms of alternative capital here in Angola and Africa?
Yeah, one thing that we have, I think that in the past, we thought that the infrastructure, all the infrastructure needs should be financed by the state using their own resources, which is impossible because they demand a large amount of money, and I would say the countries themselves, they have plenty of necessities rather than the infrastructure. So usually what the countries usually do is they seek for other resources to be able to finance their needs. This is one of them. So seeking ACAs, facilities, other facilities that could enable or give space to the state to be able to finance those infrastructure projects is one of them. But also we have one specific, I would say one and two challenges. One is the budget, the limit that you have on the debt, because you cannot be on deficits each year, otherwise you will not be able to issue another debt to be able to continue financing your needs. So this is one of the issues that you have. The other one is the budget, because you cannot put all the projects in the budget in one fiscal year. So means that many projects will be out of the portfolio, will be in somewhere that we call like a wishing list. Okay. But you still having a necessity to make them come in life. So then you have a second or third way of financing those projects, which is using a PPP venues, for instance. The PPP venues is one in which you as a state, you have you benefit for these two phases or particular issues that I raised before, because you need less budget to put those projects in the budget. For instance, one project that costs 1 million, $100 million, you need only $25 million if you put only 25% of the project. Then the private sector put the remaining 75%. So you don't need $100 million in the budget. So you need less space. So you can put other projects in the budget. And the other issue is really the financial needs that you will have to seek in order to be able to finance that project. This is one also a venue that you can use, and the benefits that the PPPs bring to the countries that use actually these facilities to accelerate the process of making the infrastructures. But then you have also another one, which is looking for the private sector to be able to by themselves doing those infrastructure with the right incentives, and creating the I would say the right environment that will help them will not help, but will attract them to go and invest on those specific infrastructure. So mainly this is the venues that you can use, and then depending on the sector specific specification of each of the project, then you have a mix or only one or other
On their one, are we
way.
looking at like bonds, let's say green bonds for projects like that, brown bonds? Are we looking at this to advance some of the
Yes.
projects that we do have in our portfolio when it comes to infrastructure?
This is when I was saying that you look for other people's money, then and you can use a bunch of instruments, euro bonds, local bonds, ESGs now is very popular. I would say
About in Angola.
we issued
Okay.
we already issued one green bond for 43 dams in Namibia. So we issue locally the first green bond in Angola. So yeah, this is what we did, and we are actually using this ESG front in order to enable our investors to be used to this reality as well. It's something new, but we know that it's good because the investors they feel more attracted to this kind of instrument because they know the use of proceeds will be addressed directly to some of the project that for them is very important to be addressed. So that's why we are using as well. But not only other instruments like project bonds, depending on how that's why I was saying depending on how the project will fit with our interest as a state and also the private sector interest, and then we can manage in order to have the proper framework or structure that will result at the end of the big win-win solution. I would say, for instance, we have two different approaches. The one is we are also constructing one big dam in Angola, which is Kakulu-Kabasa, and we have it totally financed by the government, which is seeking also international finance in financing resources to be able to finance the dam, but is purely public investment. But we have also Lobito Corridor, as I said, but now it's a mix. So the railway was constructed by the state. Now we have an entity that will run the project. So there was made a concession by the Ministry of Transport, and then we will have all the other venues that will come along the line. So this will, I would say, make a lot of mix between public PPPs and only private projects that will be implemented along that line. So being aware of all those venues and possibilities will help us to make the best decision possible, having the majority of the information that we need to make those decisions, and be able to, I would say, along the line, being here and there, adjusting in order to make it work. So, and that's why I believe that these kind of initiatives that we are doing here in Angola will help us to see what is being done in other African countries. Actually, we knew that other countries are thinking about connectiveness, how to connect the railways with other countries as well. And actually, Mr. President said in his speech yesterday that it's something that could come from one side to other side of Africa,
Definitely.
just
Definitely.
to
We're going away from
diminishing the
north all the way
cost of
south.
the transport of
Exactly.
the goods. So these kind of things are bringing our attention. We believe that this will bring more a variety of possibilities in Africa and more diversification and enthusiasm
Yes.
to our continent, which is very good.
So, but let's try to connect or to understand a little bit on the face of this summit.
Okay.
Yesterday, as Ottoniel said, Mr. President of Angola, which is also the president of African Union, also the managing director of NEPAD, they said and they clearly that there is a deficit on infrastructure in Africa between
100%.
130 billion to 170 billion. we have here our Secretary of State for Finance and Treasury. How African Union can find solutions for those projects, for those deficits of infrastructure, with such a huge amount of money, and for how long, for example?
Looking at Africa as a whole.
Yes, Africa as a whole, of course. This is the summit.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine Ottoniel is the head of finance in African Union. How you organize this? Yeah,
How do you put together a
how you
puzzle?
put
How do you
together?
puzzle that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to understand.
Yeah.
The first thing in my vision is something that is being done here in Angola. And I'm saying that not only because it's being done in Angola, RDC and Zambia, but because we heard about it twice or three times or four times or many times once we were at US, Washington DC at the IMF and World Bank meetings.
Okay.
Something that could integrate more the African economies. Projects that could be something like Lobito Corridor.
Okay.
Because with one bunch of money, you can direct to many countries.
Okay.
And this could help us to attract the investors, bring them their attention to those projects. And they could understand that with the money that they will put in those projects, the outcome would be really positive.
Okay.
This is something that really we heard in the official speech of the president of the World Bank 2 weeks ago there in Washington, D.C. He said that Lobito Corridor is an example that could be used to be replicated to other countries or other regions. Something like this could help someone who in the board of Africa's financial department,
Yes.
African Union financial
To have a
department,
look on this
could
particular
look
project. Yeah.
this kind of project that could enable many countries to benefit from it.
Okay.
Electricity, transmission
Railways.
line,
Communication,
everything
you've got a lot,
that
yeah.
could actually, by being implemented in one country, could benefit other countries as well. This is something that could diminishing the gap
Yes.
and then bring the solutions that we need, because then the economy will be, I would say, pumped by those investments that will be done by the different countries in Africa. It's $100 billion is a huge amount of money.
Yes.
But then we have another challenge that we as African countries we usually face. When we don't have multilateral entities financing those projects, then those projects are a little bit more expensive to the countries than they regularly are.
Yeah.
For instance,
Is it because of risk evaluation, perception of it?
yeah.
Okay.
And exactly what is, I would say, a burden for African countries. For instance, if we want to issue an euro bond to finance infrastructural projects,
The interest rate is,
the interest rate is something
very high.
between 8%, 9%, 10%, depending
and we have
on
come
the country.
down. We used to be
Yeah.
20 like 10 years ago.
The countries that are more in need of infrastructure are those who are paying the highest interest rate
Why
to
is
be able to do that. And this is what actually we need also to focus.
Okay.
And as a countries, individually and African Union as a whole, to work in order to diminishing the risk perception of the government of those projects, the outcome that those projects could bring, not only for the countries but also for the regions, in order to be able to bring down the interest rate
gap,
and then enable our countries that actually are looking for financing to finance those projects, be able to get them.
Yeah. So is there a parity between like whenever private capital comes in and we shorten that gap of 130 billion to 170, does it has a correlation with the risk association for the country and the continent? Meaning that if the more private capital comes in, demonstrating the international market, the risk
project
averse,
is,
and the
so
projects
the
are being
risk will
concluded.
come
So
down.
the risk of perception comes down of it.
On my opinion, is I believe that is cost and benefit. Benefit, which is you use your money to build infrastructure that you will enable you
In
to
order
get
to.
more money
Exactly.
from collecting taxes, having more activity
Yes.
at your economy.
Yeah.
So then the perception of this will de-risk actually
Yes.
your country.
The risk,
And the
yeah.
investors will look to your country as a good destination to make
For their
investments.
capital,
exactly.
So this is actually the outcome. That's why I was saying that if the outcome of those projects could be pursued as being good not only for one country but also for the
entire
other
region.
countries
The
next
region,
to,
yeah.
to it, it will be easier to diminishing the risk,
risk.
perception and then bring even more
More
capital
investment.
to
Yeah.
Africa because we are a virgin land, I would say. We have plenty of necessities. We are seeing the necessity being evaluated at 100 billion dollars. Could be more next year.
Yes.
That's good.
150, 180, because then countries will understand that maybe we need another road here, we need another dam there, we need a transmission line from here
And
to
like the
there.
population increase every year.
So we need, but how to close this gap? We need to build infrastructure to be catalyzer of development, growth of GDPs of the countries, then the risk. So this is a balance.
Yeah.
And I used to say in Portuguese that you are walking on many
Eggshells, eggshells, yeah.
So it's challenging, but also is very attracting to be able to address those challenges.
It's, look, now really we had a lot of guests.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
spoke about many subjects. We are talking about finance,
Financing, exactly.
actually, which is
Big.
the logo of the
Yeah.
summit. I'm learning a lot. Obviously, we could not finish without talking about the project. It's important to know how, and Ottoniel already explained about how Kakulu Kabasi is being financed. It's being financed by Angola, okay?
Let's state.
And the state of Angola is important to know, to say. But what I want to focus is actually what Copia Group of Company does in that particular project,
Okay.
and what financially speaking, it's helping the government to understand.
Okay.
So, again, everybody already knows that we do supervision, fiscalization, we check everything on behalf of the government,
Okay.
the Angolan government. Okay, so we are the representatives in the project of the Angolan government.
Okay.
So we talk to the constructor company, we check all the technical specifications, if they are according to the contract, to the basic project, to the execution project,
And to the international standards.
and to the international standards, of course, and we get paid for that,
Okay.
which is great. But how governments like Angolan government and also African governments, how you guys design these payments to the supervision companies? Look, we are.
That's really
this-
straightforward.
Straight in.
No, but this is important
Yeah.
not only for us, but also for the other supervision companies
Yeah.
and fiscalization companies, because here people talk a lot about big projects, structural projects, rails, transmission lines, hydropower, a lot. And we understand a little bit how those projects are financed. Secretary of State of Finance and Treasury already
Already
gave
gave.
us a lesson 101 how they are organized. But there are other things like what we do. Okay, supervision. Okay, we will supervise this project. How a government like the Angolan government organize the payment for those companies that are representing the project owner. Okay, how you actually put them inside the budget. What is your view on that?
No, First of all, we need to acknowledge that it's very important to have someone who knows how those infrastructures will be built to supervise on behalf of state what is being actually built.
Yes.
It's important because, again, we are not a company, we are a country, and we are working to the benefits of all of us.
Yes.
And we need someone to tell us, okay, look, this is going as this should, so it's okay, you can pay the invoices that are being issued by the
contractor.
by the contractor. Meaning that for us it's very important to still having those entities, and I would say the ministry that actually particularly on the copia domain, the ministry that is looking for that is the Ministry of Energy and Water.
Yes.
Is the one who contract the supervisors and also the contractor, the one who is building the dam of Kakulu Kabasa, and they only look to their budget and they subscribe the amount that they need to pay each year, depending on the I would say they make a program for the fiscal year, what will be built and what the supervisor will need to be paid as well. And then they work with us during the fiscal year for us to be able to make the payments depending on the I would say the targets that are implemented on the contract that they have with the Ministry of Energy and Water. And then we, on our side, we need to work with the banks. As I said, we have plenty of partners that work with us in order to be able to maintain the momentum of implementation of those important infrastructure. I would say that one of the biggest projects that we have in Angola nowadays in process is Kakulu Kabasa.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, one of the biggest. I would
Yesterday
say
the president talked
maybe-
about this.
Yeah, I would say maybe it's the biggest one now. It was the airport, the new airport was really big, but now I think that as it's finished.
Current one is Kakulu Kabasa.
Kakulu Kabasa. Even while the new airport was
Being built?
being built, the Kakulu Kabasa was already bigger than the airport. So it's a massive project. So we, as a government, we see that the Ministry of Energy and Water pays a lot of attention to this project. It's very important.
Ottoniel, coming again to the theme of the summit, connectivity, right? So we're talking about the corridor of Lubito, connecting countries or to railroads. But also there's another connectivity, which is the internet. And the Angolan government has been sponsoring and being promoters of projects that are in the ICT sector, like either data centers, satellites, cables. What's the relevance of investing in ICT infrastructure for Africa? How do you see that?
Yeah.
How relevant it is for Africa, especially also when it comes to payment transactions and all that. But an overall view, what do you think about it?
Maybe saying in the short words, I would say that if we haven't done this kind of investment or enable this kind of investment to be done, maybe we will not be able to be here right now.
That's true.
So this is something that pays its dividends. So,
Yes.
this is why even now in the summit there is a panel that is participating His Excellency Minister of Finance and also Minister of Telecommunication talking about that. It's very important. So again,
We should
This
go
summit
and
is-
watch.
No, this is a very important opportunity. That's why this summit
Yes.
is being, on my view, a huge success.
Yes.
Because again, bringing the attention for those important topics, how to address the issues that we remain and we still having, and how to maintain the gains that we already have. So it's very important.
Oh, it's amazing. Let's. I know it's time, okay, but it's important for us. We are talking about financing, which is amazing. You know, when you are talking about finance, I stay quiet.
We have a professor in front of us.
Yeah, I'm just
Secretary.
learning. Oh, okay. So that's how I'm getting paid. Okay, I understand. But let's go a little bit deeper of the soul of this summit, which is Africa. I learned a lot. I read a lot about what NEPADO is doing, the projects that they are developing. That's why every person that comes here in every capacity, I always go back to the program 2063,
True.
which is the program for Africa, for all of us. Okay, I will be, if I say the age, I
Then
already
everybody
say-
know your age.
everybody will know which age I am and I am right now. But it's a huge program. I invite all the audience that will be watching us and are watching us to go there and read, because this is our lives. This is what will happen to us. And they have identified 14 infrastructure projects, 14, huge ones, internet connection, railways, airports, roads, energy, water projects. And that's where this value of 130, between 130 to 170 billion is. I read that, and they also have the statistical part of it, where each country is into reach that goal of 2063.
Okay,
Yes, what they need to do. And obviously, I looked for Angola. Angola is very well positioned in some areas, especially on the infrastructure part of it. We are doing a lot. I checked also other countries like Egypt, like South Africa. South Africa, infrastructurally speaking, they don't have much to do, okay, because they have already some of the infrastructure. But they are lacking the other parts of the study. I encourage every one of us to go there to look for the spirit of the summit, so we can have like these conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah, and infrastructure speaking, please, we need supervision. We need to talk about it. Otherwise, as the secretary said, we'll not be here. We need good supervision. We need good fiscalization, good inspection, good monitoring. In Copy, a group of companies, this is what we do. This is what we want to convey to the audience, to the summit, to our leaders, to our African leaders. Let's inspect, let's monitor, let's supervise those 14 projects. We are here. We have other companies here at the summit that does the same as we do. Let's do it. Normally, those projects are too focused on the construction part of it, the basic project. But let's have a look, not a quick one, a very detailed one on the supervision part of it, because supervising, it will make sure that the project will last. Okay, if you build a project for 50 years, it will go 55 years with a good supervision, with a good fiscalization. And I'll take this opportunity. We had important guests from other African countries, from Kenya. We talked about supervision, and that's it. I think the message is there.
Definitely.
I'll give the word to you, Kamal.
No, thank you to everyone for coming to participate. I actually said that word right this time. A massive thank you to the Secretary of State for Finance for being part of this. Really appreciate it.
If you allow me, I would say just as a final remarks.
Okay.
Please.
Something
Please,
like
go ahead.
no, it's something like it's just something like I agree on the importance of those 14 projects, other projects that are being built in Africa. We need to look into Africa uh, and see the importance of those infrastructure projects to make people's lives better in Africa.
That's true.
This is one part of the message. The other one is that by having better economies in Africa, then the countries will be able to have a bigger source of revenue that is not linked with interest rates. So
That's great.
this is a very important moment and process that countries could look at in Africa, just for us to be able to have more money, collect more taxes. This is one of my duties as well. So that's why we, on one hand, are looking to have more infrastructure project, more economy, more dividend being paid, more people believing in the economy and trying to make investments, because we know that at the end they will contribute more. It's a contribution. We need to increase the tax collection, but as a contribution coming from contributors that are really seeing this opportunity as being good for them. So I would say that is very good for us being here. Thank you very much again for this
It's us.
opportunity
It's a
and
privilege.
for inviting me to be here at the tea table and be able to come here next time.
Definitely.
Maybe.
No,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you, thank you very
you so
much. Thank you
much.
once again. It's been amazing listening to you, getting insight from your point of view. As Adilson said, this is all about financing, right? Financing. How do we do that with our infrastructure? And it's something you just said that's really important. This is contribution. Unfortunately, when we look at tax, everybody sees it from negative. Don't kill me online if I'm saying, but at times tax is needed in order for us to push our nations to the next level.
Yeah.
We are all contributing for success together. It's not, I know we've spoken about state and private, but when I think of state, I think the state is us.
Yes.
Yeah.
The state is us. It's not just, okay, the people that actually run in government. We are helping to run.
Yes.
So we are contributing together. So thank you for that. Thank you for that insight as well. To our audiences out there, you know what it is. It's subscribe, follow us. Of course, follow the state as well. Follow the government, see what they're doing. Not just here in Angola, but even the African Union as well. What's happening in all these nations. And it's been a pleasure hosting this again. This is day 2.
Day
Yeah.
two.
This is day 2. So we've got one more day to go. We've got more people. And I'm wondering if the Secretary of State is going to bring the minister tomorrow. We don't know. No pressure. No pressure, but we might as well throw it out there. So hopefully the Minister of Finance and the President. So till next time,
We dream
I'm
big.
your host,
We
KB.
dream big.
Elio.
I'm Adilson.
and
Ottoniel.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.